So, Assalamu alaikum, all the viewers. May peace, mercy, and blessings of Almighty be on all of you. And namaste, Alok sir. It's a great pleasure for being a part of this parenting sessions today, positive parenting series. I really appreciate you for accepting my invitation and being the guest for today. I would like to introduce Mr. Alok Kumar. He is an entrepreneur, uh, an engineer, or he is also a parenting expert, and he is an author, and so many other qualities I can say, which we are all in the team right now, a mastermind group, and he is a part of our team. He is guiding us in many of his ways, in many ways, and he has been one of the leaders in our team. So welcome to you, sir, on behalf of uh, Positive Parenting Series.
Thank you so much, Kaneez. It's my pleasure to be on your show. Actually, see, we all are learning. Learning is a process which everybody has to go through. And today we are grown up. We say that we are grown up, but this learning curve is like never ending. It keeps on, growing and growing and growing. But now,
Exactly.
today, we are focused on our children, and we want our children to be better human beings, first of all. So, as a parent, we have to bring the change, right? It
Yeah.
starts from your own house. That is what I
Yes.
believe in.
Exactly. That's what. Now, usually, what I have is parenting is a kind of science, isn't it? Like everybody, we know that um, parenting has to be, we need upgradation every now and then.
Yeah.
Like detailed, if I have to be more precise, then it's a kind of knowledge we want to gain about. Usually what we do is we get parenting tips from maybe videos, or you can have books or some workshops. But what I want to ask you is regarding the habits of parents today, as we are going to discuss about this issue, that is the parents, the productive and unproductive habits of parents. Do you think, this we can work on our habits and work on ourselves to be a better parent? And how long will it take for a person to bring out a shift from an unproductive habits to the productive habits?
See, habits are, habits dies hard, we always say. Since the parents have already grown up, they have been, in a scenario, they have been in an environment where they have learned certain things. And based on their learnings, they try to imbibe those learnings in their children, unknowingly or knowingly, that they at least they should understand what they are telling to the children and what would be the outcome. See, it is just happening by the virtue of some uh, orthodox thoughts in the mind, saying that if my parents have done like this, I'll also be doing the same thing with my children. But this era has entirely changed, and
Hmm.
that is why this parenting is a must in nowadays. Because when we were children, we had a different mindset, we had different environment altogether. Now the children are more into digital world, they are doing everything digitally. And wherein, if you compare with our lives, there were nothing as such, right? Today they have
Yes.
lots of distractions. At that time we didn't had. We had a lot of friends, today we have a lot of gadgets. So there is an entire paradigm shift in terms of your surroundings, your environment. So the parenting has to again cope up with those changes, which parents have to understand and then act accordingly.
Yes.
There is a gap, there is a big gap between this, which I see, and I want to bridge that gap. And that is how you can, put better things in your children. So the
Exactly.
timeline which you talked about, see, some people are fast learners, right? Parents who want to bring a change in a, I'll not say that it's going to happen in 2 days or 4 days time. It's a journey which you have already covered. You have traveled a distance of 30, 35 years or 40 years. Now you want to have some changes in your habits. So you have to be, so first of all, mentally prepared for it. And then you have to start practicing it. Then only it will take, maybe for some people it may take 10 days, 20 days, months time, but it will happen if we tend to do that changes in ourselves first.
Yes, if we, that means if you want to, so whatever the learned beliefs and the habits we have at a particular stage, we need to unlearn them
Yeah,
to become a super parent.
true. And learning is very much important, which
Yes,
is a pain to those people who think orthodox.
yes.
Yeah,
So we need to go along with our, the present modern technology and our children who belong to this era, the
yeah,
modern era.
true.
So we too need to unlearn something and learn few other things.
Correct,
Yes,
correct.
and it really, and it, you mean to say that the time taken will be, it could be as per their beliefs and their, the way they approach to the changes that they want to have.
Obviously, first of all, you have to be
Yes,
convinced in yourself that whatever I'm going to do is the betterment for my children. So
yes,
that belief has to be there. Then only you start learning.
yeah. Now, can you tell me some of the productive habits and unproductive habits of parents, usually what, as we parents are concerned, to have a happy family?
Yeah, true. I'll tell you, whatever sentence and whatever statement which we tell to our children, it goes and multiplies 3 times in their minds. That is but natural, it happens automatically. And we as a parents, we try to, and we unknowingly speak so much of those things which we, tend to say that we are doing right, but actually it hampers the children in a different way, right? It impacts negatively. So what I'll do, I'll make smaller statements saying what normally parents say and what they should have been saying in terms of, giving a positive impact to these children, right?
Yeah.
So I'll start one by one. I have making a note of, some things,
Uh-huh.
few tips which normally we say. So the first point is we normally say stop crying, you'll be fine, right?
Yeah.
This is a normal, every parent tells about this statement, like some children are crying, then say stop crying, you'll be fine. So telling children to stop crying makes them feel like they are wrong for showing emotions. So this is how it gets into their mind,
Hmm.
right? So as much as it may be frustrating for parents, it doesn't help to, demonize your child for doing something that children do naturally.
Mm-hmm.
So you are essentially invalidating their feelings, right? See, this is a great thing.
Yes.
Your child will be then more inclined to communicate his or her feelings and tell you the problem beforehand in future.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
So it's a very small thing, but the impact is very, very intensive,
Uh-huh.
right?
Exactly.
So number two, we say, I do everything for you, right? You are children and I'm doing everything for you, right? So how does it come to the children? So as much as it is true for the parents that they do a lot for their children, constantly reminding them of that I am doing everything for you, it makes them feel like they are a burden rather than love, right? So you are trying to say that I'm there to do everything for you, but
Yes.
on the other hand, the children takes it in a different way. It goes automatically.
They distort all the sentences in
Yeah.
okay, in a different way. That's it.
Yeah. So, in
Exactly.
spite of saying that, what we should do is we should say that we do things for you because we love you. So, please do this for me, for us as a family, right? So, it's just, some jumble of words here and there, and the entire meanings are, changed.
Hmm. Exactly. Kids, we can't even realize what kids have in their mind, and
Correct.
what we say, the same thing is not picturized in that way. They tend to take it, differently.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Number three, we
Hmm.
normally say you did well, but you could have done better. You should have put in some more efforts, you could have done better, right? We normally say this. What
Yes.
happens there? So anything which you compliment should not be, followed by a but, right? It should be avoided. It takes away the meaning of the compliment itself, right?
Yes.
Celebrating small victories is a way to motivate children, but to constantly, do well, you should avoid doing and putting that word but after that compliment, right?
Exactly.
So what we should do, and what should we talk about it? We should be saying that you did well, I'm happy for you, I'm proud of you, whatever you have done, and I bet you could do bit better, right? That's it. Don't put but and if you are complimenting something,
Yes.
right?
I'm sure you will do it much better in the next coming, occasions. If that is done, then there's just some of the, hypnotic words, usually
Yes.
what we say, wherein our conscious mind is put little at a trance, and then, our subconscious mind takes it over and says, wow,
Yeah.
it's okay. Yes, you can do it.
Yeah. Correct.
That's how we just subside this subconscious mind, a conscious mind for some time,
Mhm.
and then subconscious mind takes it over.
Yeah. True, true, true.
Yes.
Now, number four, I would say, don't eat normally. In this pandemic, also when children were more, confined their houses, the only thing they used to ask from their mummy was, "Mummy, I want something to eat." At every half an hour and 1 hour, say, "You are a mom." I've seen my children doing the same thing. If they finish one job or even they are not doing it, they'll ask for something. I want something to eat, right? And we purposely say, just you have just now had some, breakfast or lunch. Why do you want to eat more and more? You'll be fatty,
Huh,
right?
exactly.
So again, this is again, it should not be told like that. So it teaches children to be, overly conscious of their bodies and will make them question their peers for eating certain things, right? So body image is an extremely sensitive and personal thing, and to
Yeah.
create this impression from
Hmm.
such a vulnerable age is really damaging, right? Especially
Yeah.
for, a girl child. Even though she's a bit conscious or not, if you start putting in and saying that don't eat or you'll be fatty, so you'll see the health goes for a toss, right?
Exactly.
So again, instead of saying that, what we should do, what we should tell about it, we should say that I don't think it would be a good idea to eat that much, because
Hmm.
that's not good for you. That's it,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Simple.
it. So you mean to say these are very simple words through which drastic changes can happen,
Yes, yes. See
and
the impact of these words. We think
yeah,
that,
without even hurting the emotions of the child. That's
yes,
more important.
yes.
Yes.
So I could have summarized in all those senses that if you love somebody, see, you love your children. So
Hmm.
avoid putting ifs and buts if you love somebody. This is a philosophy of life. So here it goes, well for your children as well. Don't apply any kinds of, ifs and buts. I normally talk about this. Don't apply ifs and buts when you love somebody.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Oh, such a good message, if and but very simple, as your nature. That's what I'm very much impressed by your simplicity, the way you speak, and you make things so simple. Whatever confusions are there, you just have that ability to keep everything simple. So just like that, even the words what you said right now, those simple things to really bring out so much of change in the child's behavior as well, of course.
So let us move forward to
Yeah,
some.
yeah. Let us move forward.
Yeah.
What kind of, if you find any unproductive uh, behavior of a parent, what kind of impact will a child have? What do you think the impact on the child, if any kind of parents behavior may
Mhm.
not be that suitable, then most often we have cases wherein parents come and tell us that the child is aggressive, the child is not listening, the child is throwing tantrums, and many things. But usually when we go deeper into that case, we try to understand, we analyze that the fault lies only on the parent.
Yeah.
The root cause is a parent, usually.
Yeah.
So we come to that conclusion. Now, what kind of behavioral impact a child will have when he sees these unproductive behaviors on of a parent?
It's very simple. children learn by seeing. See, at the age of, I start with zero. From day zero, they start learning by surroundings, learning by just opening their eyes. We think that they are just kids, they are just infants, they have just been born, they're not learning something. But our biology says that we start learning from day zero. Even the children start learning in the womb itself. So when they come out and they start listening to certain sounds, they see lights, they hear words people talk about, and whatever they see, they create an impact in their minds, right?
Exactly.
So what happens is, if a child is maybe of 5 years of age, he starts understanding so many things, physical things, I'm talking about physiological things. He sees that his parents, maybe I'll just give you an example. If a 5-year-old kid sees her parents sleeping till 9 o'clock in the morning, so for him, it is a correct thing because he doesn't know whether sleeping till 9 a.m. is right or wrong. So for him, it is a perfectly right thing. So he learns from that and he continues doing it. And we at a later stage say that my child is now doing something wrong. He doesn't get up at in the morning. So similar way, whatever words we use, if we say, if we start respecting our elders, we start communicating in good and positive words, they start learning those things. See, if you start chanting mantras, if you start you know reading some holy books and start certain lines of that, children will automatically learn those lines. You don't have to mug them up, right?
Exactly.
So
You
it's
nailed
very
it, sir.
simple. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
very natural. So whatever you do, it goes to the children directly. And if you do bad, they'll learn bad things. If you do good, so you have to be the role model of the children. Whatever you want them to learn, you have to be, applying it on yourself first of all.
Exactly, exactly. That is what a parent has to be. If he is a role model, then only the things will set right.
Mm,
And whatever he expects them to be, he needs to be that person then,
correct.
and then expect his child to be in that level.
True. True.
Of course, greatly said. Um, what kind of message you want to give to our audience, sir, at the end?
See, there are so many things. If I start talking about parenting, I have a lot of things to say. But today
Yeah,
we are
you
focused
have
about, yeah,
almost you have minutes here. You
yeah.
can tell me.
See, my only request to the parents is, as rightly you said, you have to, understand the scenario, understand the surrounding, understand the environment, how and where it is going. The formula which was used 30 years ago cannot be the same formula being used in the same manner, right? In whatever things you take, may it be in our
Exactly.
lifestyle, may it be in our food habits, may it be in our environments. See, I'll just give you an example. I was in class 8th or ninth at that time. My father used to be in Jamshedpur, right? And at
Hmm.
that time, we got a mandate from the government saying the water level is going down. So people should go to their native places. The reason being, the drinking water is now very less, right?
Yeah.
And people have to now buy packaged drinking water if they want to survive, right? So at
Huh.
that time, imagining, you know, water to be bought was a big thing, right? So see that
Exactly.
that perspective today, now it has become a part of lives. Wherever you go, you get bottled drink, packaged drinking
Drinking
water,
water.
right? So at that time it was a big thing, right? Today it's not. So I tell even my parents that, see, today we are lucky that we are getting natural oxygen to some extent and we are living life. If we do not do right things, maybe in years to come we'll have to keep oxygen cylinders in our houses if we don't do it. So this is as bad as that. I'm really serious about it, and when I talk now, I talk with very passion. Reason being, I can see it happening, and you'll not believe. Some days back, I found a news in the newspaper that there is a parlor in Delhi, in Connaught Place area. They are charging 300 rupees for 10 or 15 minutes of oxygen. You go there, you take 15 minutes of oxygen, and they're charging 300 rupees or something like that.
Oh,
So it's
Oh,
already been started.
yes.
To see the impact, see, obviously the generations have done a lot of mischiefs. We have cut forests, trees, so that is one part of life, which is environment. So similarly, that environment is going to give us so many things. If we don't care about it, our children are going to be gonna be
Exactly.
mm, it's really even it's really troublesome to think of it. But my message to parent is, whatever you do, don't just run after money, because today everybody is running after money. Don't run in any only after money. You have to take care of your future as well, maybe your future as well as your children's future. So it's not about one single child. If we all as parents start doing that, we can create a better lifestyle for us. You can create a better environment for us, so that we don't have to see. Again, you take an example. 20 years down the line, there were very less hospitals, right? There were
Exactly.
less diseases. Today, the number of hospitals have grown up. Multi-speciality hospitals have there are chain of hospitals, and you come up with different diseases, right?
Exactly.
Why it's happening? Just because of those lifestyle only. So you have to create a better lifestyle in your children, so that they don't have to go to the hospitals. That's it.
Exactly. Exactly. So you meant to say that the particular right now we as parents, you need to go at par with the robotic age, the technology,
Yeah,
and not much inclined towards the monetary part or the money or financial
yeah,
part. Of course, that love and affection is the utmost need for children right now,
yeah.
and our words are more precious.
Very true.
So that is what I feel, that being parent, they are not going to remember what we have given them. The monetary things, that I mean to say,
Mm,
the materialistic things,
mm,
what
mm.
what we give them, they are not going to remember all those things. But they are going to remember one thing: that the moment that they cherished the childhood days along with my mom, along with my dad. How was my dad? And how was my mom? How did we deal with certain situations and all these things?
Yeah,
Like how you said about the water
yeah,
scarcity,
yeah,
how you could recall it and what happens and all that things. The
yeah,
same way, what kind of moment they are going to cherish after they grow up, and after they when they are about 20 to 25 years, when they recall about their lifestyle, how my life would be, what kind of changes or what kind of memories they would have in their life. That's what we as parents, we need to focus on.
yeah,
So giving them more restrictions cannot be done at everything. Doing out of heart would be more uh, applicable, and we would have a cordial and very jovial relationship with the parents and the children. That's what I really thank you, sir, for all your support and for joining this particular session. So it's a wonderful experience that we had, a great insight, great thoughts, doing things out of love and joy, and whatever you have been doing, no, bridging the gaps of the generations, or whatever your parents and the children, whatever they have, the generation gap, or you are just trying to bridge them up. So this is the wonderful job that you've been doing for more than a decade. So I really thank you for your support, and I hope I will be getting again other support also from you. May God bless all of you, and thank you, one and all.
sure. Thank you very much for your
Thank
precious
you.
time as well.
Okay,
Take care.
bye.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.